Yeah, the sales all over Lion's Head. It's that wonderful time of year for people like me. And actually, before Matt and I went live, we talked about a replacement piece. So you get to this point in the season, there's a couple things you need to start to replace.
That's right. You did a little damage to your coat, so hey, it happens.
Yeah.
It's a long season. Stuff can get worn out. So yeah, we've got some great sales going on. Some outerwear, skis, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, it's a good time of year. I mean, really, I've been looking for a good reason, but I think I just gave myself one. One, I broke the zipper in my coat. Two, you've got a lot of sales going on.
We do, and yeah, I know maybe you did that on purpose, but hey, it happens.
I might have run over my coat with the car.
There you go. One thing I wanted to talk about today, we were talking about spring feet, which is kind of a phenomenon we see when it gets these warmer temperatures during the afternoons. People come in and complain about their feet being really cold, and it's one of those, it's like, well, it's so warm out, why are my feet so cold? And what happens is, obviously it's warmer out, your feet are sweating more, boots get wet. If you don't have the right socks, you have wet boots to start out with, your feet are going to get colder, and we see it all the time. And people, when it's really cold out, it's drier air. Your feet aren't sweating as much, so you don't notice that. But one thing we've got is this is the Snap Dry from Hottronic, and this is something that's awesome. If I go somewhere else to ski, I always take one of these with me. It's basically like a little mini hair dryer. Basically just sticks down in your boot. Turn it on. It's got you can set the time, but it'll turn off automatically after 24 hours. But it's not warm air. It's just kind of temperate, room temperature air that just circulates through the boot, dries them out. You can use it with your gloves as well. But the cool thing with this one is if I can hold on to all this stuff, is it snaps apart and it's easy to travel with. So just pop it apart, stick it in your bag, and then when you're ready to roll, put it back together, and then it sits upright if you want to put your gloves on there.
Okay, and I was holding on to it for a couple minutes. It's nice and light. It's not going to add a lot of extra pounds to that suitcase.
But yeah, this is one of those things that, like I said, it's kind of the boot fitter's secret. We always travel with these things, and it keeping your boots dry for the next day is critical. But also, as I was talking about the socks, a lot of people come in with thick, either cotton socks or just super thick socks, and what you want is something that's a thinner sock is actually going to keep you warmer. And I've got first the Thorlo here, which this one's a synthetic. We've got wool blends and we've got synthetics. No real preference either way, just kind of a personal preference. The thing with cotton though is it's going to absorb moisture about up to 14 times more than a synthetic or a wool blend.
Okay, good old-fashioned wool. Like, what do we say? Cotton kills.
Cotton kills.
Cotton kills.
It's same with your base layers, but the socks are really important, and super thin. Basically allows the moisture to wick away from your foot faster, keeps the foot warmer.
Okay, all good to know. And one thing I think a mistake that people make is, and I was told this, and I will never forget this, is the only thing that goes inside your boot is your sock. No long johns down in there.
You are absolutely correct. Yeah, a lot of people pull the long johns down, but you get that seam at the bottom of your long johns, and it can really cause some shin problems. So, yeah, that is definitely the rule. Okay. Only your socks in your boot.
These are the rules. Cotton kills and only your sock in your boot. You want to keep your feet dry, stop by Double Diamond, and Matt Carroll and his staff can help you do that. Also check out their sale racks, maybe demo some skis. They're there every day, 8 to 8. Up next, Tracy's going to give you the Optically Delicious report.